powstania Warszawy.
Dzień dobry. Today we are going to be going to a very, very important place that has a very big historical significance here in Poland. This is also a place that many of you have endlessly recommended us to visit, and actually we've been meaning to visit this place for a long time. For some reason we try to come here on the weekend, but it's closed on the weekend, and so today is a perfect day to finally make the trip. Here's the kind of the beginning here, the main, the floor. We got the map of the aggression, the Nazi Germany, Soviet Union over there. We got the telephone booths here, where you can kind of read about different people and their account of the situation. And then you can hear the sounds of the war, of the explosions in the background. And here you can kind of take a look and see exactly how it was, how it all led up to this, what was the situation like, inhabitants of Warsaw digging anti-aircraft ditches. Very, very like realistic. You got a pistol captured in a diversionary action. A parabellum pistol became a parabelka, the reliable weapon of the Home Army soldier. And the Home Army is the army that fought. It was called Armia Krajova, which is the Home Army, and that's their IDs, identification cards. You got a receiver of the underground radio station, hidden by a lieutenant in his house. Pretty crazy. It's all here. It's all here for you to see. Operation Burza, Tempest. And that's the old map of Poland over there. And here we got the print room. This is where they printed all the brochures. They published about 200 brochures and 450 daily papers during the occupation. After the war, the anti-communist underground continues the wartime tradition. So here's kind of what some of the pamphlets, the papers, different brochures that they printed. And you know, this was super important during the war to kind of disseminate information. And here we are in the Liberation Hall. Reflection. I am like you surely. And here's a map of Warsaw right here. There's Ochota, and there's the center, and you have all of these beginning of August, different time periods, what was happening. It's pretty crazy that you could just looking at this map, and it's just so much history here. So much history has happened. You can actually kind of connect with it, which is really really surreal actually. And here are some of the ID cards for the Home Army. Armia Krajova. You have the Okreg Warszawski, which is the region where they're based. Warsaw region. You have the numbers, AK ID card number, all of that. You got the documents on a thumbprint, the code name, All kinds of interesting stuff right here. You know, these people defending uprising, you know, creating an uprising, defending their country. And here you have the infamous meeting of the three, and you have the newspaper Pravda, which means truth, and it's a strange name because they rarely published much truth. Here's the beginning of the uprising on the 7th and 8th of August. The city of grace.
Stolica podejmuje jawną walkę. Upojone wolnością miasto zamienia się w twierdzę. Sowieccy sojusznicy nie pozwalają lądować na zajętym przez siebie terytorium, a Warszawa wciąż woła o broń.
So we just finished the tour of this museum, and it was incredible. It was absolutely amazing. Admittedly, we don't know much about this, the Warsaw Uprising. I have heard about it in passing, but it was something that neither of us was, you know, intimately familiar with. And you guys have been recommending it a lot, and yeah, it's really good. Now it kind of gives us a better picture of the history of this city, and as well as the history of Poland as a country as a whole. And really great museum, lots of really cool exhibits. You know, it's definitely worth the trip, I would say. And now we're gonna go to another food court and try to find some Mexican food. Looking forward to that. Wow, what a cool building. You guys know what that building is all about? Huh. I think I've seen that building before. No, I'm just kidding, guys. I know how you feel about that building. I'm kidding. Don't kill me in the comments, please. All the things that could happen next. That is very deep. It looks like it's some kind of a szkoła or a school. Коммуна Warszawa. Stowarzyszenie Pedagogów Teatru Sztuka Nowa. Okay, I understood some of it. I ain't gonna lie. And as we're walking, we saw this church over there. And looking around at the city, just as we were walking, I couldn't help but, you know, constantly compare it with New York City. Because it does have an eerie semblance to New York City. Obviously, it's not as big, it's not as huge, but on a little smaller scale, there's a lot of similarities. And obviously, one of the reasons is that it's a relatively new city. It was rebuilt, and that is why, you know, there's a lot of similarities. Like in Manhattan's Lower East Side, you know, there are churches. In Manhattan, you're just walking through a residential neighborhood, there are churches. And not only that, you know, you have modern buildings, the sidewalks, everything. It's one of the cities, I think, one of the only cities here in Europe that has a very strong semblance in a lot of neighborhoods. Strong resemblance to New York City, to Brooklyn, to Manhattan, to parts of Manhattan, to parts of Brooklyn. For sure, and even Marina mentioned that just now as we were walking. And I think that's one of the reasons this city seems so familiar, you know, because it's like it's very similar. very similar to where I spent a lot of my life and where me and Marina visited last year. Like for instance, this narrow sidewalk right here with all the cool shops, the little restaurants, little coffee shops, galleries, stuff like that. This would definitely be not out of place in Brooklyn. You know, somewhere like Brooklyn Heights, Williamsburg, this would definitely be not out of place, for sure. And here's Koshiki food courts here. Restaurants, open area. Let's go see what they have over there. Let's go inside and see what we can find over there. And this is what the place looks like right here. Really awesome, really organized. There's that Buena Vista where we had, I believe it's the same Jamaican food maybe that we had the other day. You have tuk-tuk Thai street food. You have a bar in the middle. What else you got? Port Royal, something over there. Tons of other places down there. But they got this gringo bar that maybe we're gonna try out. We got quesadillas for the lady. And I got myself a burrito, chile con carne, which means with meat, meaty.
Very tasty.
And we got a chicken, good? And we got some juices. So bon appetit to you guys, to everybody. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Burrito is really, really good. Lots of beans, really good meat, it has everything. Has everything, really, really good. Good plate. Tried that Mexican food in that place and it was really good. I gotta say, it was really, really good. It wasn't super cheap, it was like 80 zloty. So it was, you know, kind of medium kind of price. It wasn't like street food level cheap. And burrito was good, but I like my burrito a little bit bigger typically. So I could have probably had a little bigger burrito, but the burrito itself was really, really good. We were just talking that you will never find such Mexican food in Eastern Europe and Ukraine. I've searched everywhere, believe me. I love Mexican food.
For me, quesadilla was perfect.
So for Marina, she liked her quesadilla.
That's pretty.
5 stars. 5 stars for the quesadilla. Yeah, it was good. It was good Mexican food. But I think the search continues. We're going to be checking out other places, other areas, listening to you guys' suggestions, scouting out the city for some other Mexican food as well. Oh, Jota representing.